Hello, I'm Julie Perry from Jackson Perry Legal Services. We are a niche bespoke practice that specialise in writing wills, lasting powers of attorney and making court of protection applications. I today want to talk to you about lasting powers of attorney. These came in October 2007 and they replaced enduring powers of attorney. So not to alarm you, if you currently have an enduring power of attorney, this is still a good document, and as long as it has been correctly drawn up and meets the legal requirements, it can still be used and it can still be registered. But moving forward, after 2007 in October, we had lasting powers of attorney. There are two types of power of attorney. One is for your finances and the other is for health and welfare. They are two completely separate documents, and you do not have to do them both, or you do not have to do them both at the same time. You can do them whenever you want to. The finance document clearly relates to any property you might have, any investments, cash assets, investments, etc. And your health and welfare is relating to any hospital treatment you might have, any operations, where you might live, if you have blood transfusions, etc. Or it could be life-sustaining treatment. And you can appoint people to make these decisions for you if you're unable to make them for yourself. So for example, if you were to lose capacity, or you had a heart attack or a stroke and you were no longer able to make decisions for yourself, you could appoint somebody to make these for you. This could be a family member, or it could be a professional such as myself, or it can be a good neighbour. It doesn't have to be a family member. And you don't have to appoint the same people in both documents, so they can have different roles. A lot of people do appoint the same people because it makes life a little bit easier, but it doesn't have to be the same people. So having decided who you would like to act for you, you would then either prepare the document yourself by downloading it from the government website, or alternatively instructing somebody like myself to prepare these documents for you. They are quite complex documents to prepare, and you need to make sure that you are ticking all the right boxes and you're completing it correctly, because if not, when you send it off to be registered with the Office of the Public Guardian, they will reject the application and you'll have to pay again to have it. Unlike the enduring power of attorney, which could only be registered and used when capacity was lost, with a lasting power of attorney, capacity isn't the main issue. You might be suffering from agoraphobia and you no longer go out. You may be that you're recovering from a serious operation and you can't get to the bank anymore and you want somebody to manage your finances for you. That is completely possible under a lasting power of attorney. And then when you're feeling well enough, or that you've started to go out again, you can reverse that and you can actually start acting again for yourself. They are very flexible documents and they're very interchangeable. This is unlike the enduring power of attorney, which you couldn't, once capacity was lost, you started acting for somebody, that could not be changed. With lasting powers of attorney, you are able to revoke them or make any changes to them at any point, as long as you still have capacity. Even if you have the document registered with the Office of the Public Guardian and your attorneys are already acting for you, you can still revoke or change that document. That may be a situation if there is a family fallout and you no longer speak to one of your attorneys. You can revoke that document. You are not left with a document that you're unhappy with. The Office of the Public Guardian make a charge to register a lasting power of attorney, and their charges are means tested. So, for example, at the moment, a fee for registering either a health and welfare or a financial lasting power of attorney would be £82. If you are entitled to a 50% reduction, you would be paying £41 per document, and in some cases there is a full remission and no fee is payable, and that is usually where people are claiming certain means tested benefits. So it's always worth checking whether or not you do need to pay that fee. As far as costs are concerned, you can expect to pay anything from £200 up to £500 per document. Usually the more documents that you do at the same time, the cheaper it is. So for example, if you have husband and wife and you are both doing the finance and the health and welfare lasting powers of attorney, you would expect to pay somewhere in the region of £1,000 to £1,200 for all 4 documents. You've then on top of that got your registration fee, which is payable direct to the Office of the Public Guardian. This sounds like an awful lot of money, but if you compare it with making an application to the Court of Protection for a deputyship order, which is the only thing available should somebody lose capacity and not have a lasting power of attorney in place already, you would not get very much change out of approximately £1,500 for one application for one person. So it does make sense to try and put your lasting powers of attorney in place if you can. If you do have an enduring power of attorney, you will only have been able to instruct somebody to manage your finances for you. So very often I get asked if I can prepare a lasting power of attorney for health and welfare decisions, because that was not an option prior to October 2007. So again, if you have the enduring power of attorney, it's still good law as long as it's been drawn up correctly, but it will not cover health and welfare decisions. The other thing to remember about enduring powers of attorney is that when they were available to us, you would only have been able to have used them for somebody when they lost capacity. That is not the case with lasting powers of attorney. Lasting powers of attorney can be used for all sorts of reasons, including losing capacity, but not just for losing capacity. They're really useful documents and they provide your attorneys with lots of flexibility to be able to manage things for you, but you must ensure that the people that you instruct to be your attorneys are very trustworthy, because you do not want somebody managing your finances who is not trustworthy. So be very careful about the choices that you make. Also remember that you can appoint more than one attorney. If you appoint more than one attorney, you can appoint them on a joint and several basis or a joint only. If you appoint them on a joint only, they must all act together. And if one of them were to die, that brings the power to an end because the document can no longer be used. If you appoint them jointly and severally, this means that they can all act together, or any one of them can act on their own, which is the severally section. If one of them were to die or lose capacity in that situation, the document could still remain in force because the remaining attorneys could still act. So it's important to make sure that you get the right advice and decide how you would like these people to act for you. As far as previous lasting powers of attorney are concerned, if you made a lasting power of attorney and registered it with the Office of the Public Guardian between the 1st of April 2013 and the 31st of March 2017, then you are entitled to a refund because they overcharged everybody for the registration fee. So you have until the 1st of February 2021 to make your refund, and you simply make it by going online, or alternatively you can telephone the Office of the Public Guardian and they will guide you through the refund process. Like I said at the beginning, you can make lasting powers of attorney yourself by going online, but do be very careful because it can become a costly exercise if you have to keep sending it back to be registered. The Office of the Public Guardian are quite strict in their rules and the way in which the form is completed. In the form itself, there is also options to put in preferences or guidance for your attorneys. Again, be very careful how you use these boxes and seek legal advice if you feel that this is something you're not able to do for yourself, because it's really important that you get these documents right. If they are correct and they're registered correctly, they are great documents that can assist you going forward.